From Lovely Field on the campus of Andover High School, this is the 2018 Thanksgiving Classic, coming to you on CAM-ED, the educational service of North Andover CAM. Tonight, it's the annual Thanksgiving matchup between the North Andover Scarlet Knights and the Andover Golden Warriors. Now, obviously, it's looking a little dark for a Thanksgiving Day football game, but Andover, as well as other towns in the area, have moved the game to Thanksgiving Eve due to the extreme cold temperatures forecast for Thanksgiving morning. But not even the cold can stop the red-hot Scarlet Knights, who are still undefeated this season, and in a little over a week from now, will face the Warriors of King Philip High School in the Division II Super Bowl game at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. The last time we saw the Knights, they exacted their revenge upon the Lincoln Sudbury Warriors for last year's playoff ouster. Before we get to tonight's game, let's take a look back at the Knights' ascension to the Division II North title.
Friday night football, coming to you on CAM-ED, the educational service of North Andover CAM. O'Connell back, throws, picked off by Gabe. He has the sideline, and he makes it all the way into the end zone on the third play of the game. This is a team making a case for itself. The beginning of the year, I think they were ranked someplace around number 10, I don't recall, but they've been in the top 5 by the various rating bodies in the last 5 weeks. And the quarterback calls his own number, so North Andover scores again. Gavin picks his way, can't be stopped. Was hit once at the line of scrimmage, but not a hit that would tackle him. And he just picked his way through the middle of the field. No one laid a hand on him. Out to Watson, has a lane, has the speed, just outruns number 7 down the sideline all the way. There is that 4th touchdown before the half. Darren Watson, that was offense. At the half, and we'll be back for the second half, of course. North Andover 28 and Lincoln Sudbury nothing. Jake calls for the ball, gives it to Gavin up the middle. Nobody gets a hand on him. 45 tried for the ankle tackle, but he's just not fast enough. They cannot stay with him. Defoe, Gavin in the eye. Gavin has the ball. Follows Defoe, and he's in. Touchdown, Gavin Fever. And so if you haven't heard, the captains are accepting the trophy. Darren Watson holds it over his head. Now passing it. No, he's holding it for a picture.
The Golden Warriors bring a 3-6 record into tonight's game. Coach E.J. Perry's squad is coming off a 29-21 loss to Billerica, and they're looking to add one more in the win column to finish out the season. North Andover, meanwhile, looks to pump up their record to 11-0 with a win tonight, and in doing so, keep up their momentum headed into next week's Division II state championship game. By the way, for those who want to attend the game next week, it'll be played on Friday night, November 30th, at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. The kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. It'll be the second game on the docket that night after the 5 o'clock Division IV final between Neshoba and Dighton Rehoboth. So here we go, the 2018 Thanksgiving Classic on Thanksgiving Eve between North Andover and Andover. Ray Ahern has the call next. You're watching Scarlet Knight football right here on North Andover CAM.
Hi, my name is Jim. I am a volunteer here at North Andover CAM. What is North Andover CAM, you ask? It's the local TV studio here in town where you can produce your own TV show. Have you ever wondered what it's like to go behind the scenes of a TV production? Well, this is the place to be. The staff here at North Andover CAM will teach you everything you need to know. It's a place where you can learn all aspects of TV production, like how to run cameras, be a floor director, an audio tech, or even a director. North Andover CAM is for all ages. You can visit the website at www.northandovercam.org or come by and tour the studio at 430 Osgood Street in North Andover High School and become a member. They're always looking for volunteers of all ages. Thank you. The staff is looking forward to seeing you. And
Kickoff, it's a pooch punt and is out of bounds, giving North Andover Knights very good field position. The ball will be spotted on about the 33-yard line for first down. With me are two longtime gentlemen associated with the North Andover football program, Jeff Fulgoni and John Vincent. Welcome, gentlemen.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thanks, Ray. All right. Little chilly.
We'd like to say thank you to the
38-yard line.
family and friends. We wish you a
Jeff and John were coaches for many of these players as they were coming up through the school system. It's a pleasure to have them here. It's first down. Harrington rolls to his right. He's on the run. He has a receiver wide open. Coming back for the ball across midfield. That will be a first down.
Looks like Jake McElroy took quite a hit there, but I think he came up okay.
A.J. Clark,
Oh,
as well as number 24, Tommy Duncan. That'll bring a nice first down to 10.
Come out throwing right away, huh?
there we go.
Even with these
So-
conditions, yep.
No.
McElroy rolled out and hit Watson. They're very familiar with each other. Gavin in the middle. They were expecting that on the defensive line of the Warriors from Andover. Makes a
Gavinson was quite a surprise over the last 6 or 7 games.
Without
really
a
come
gain.
around.
Second down at 10 for the Knights.
Andover's got a challenge on their hands with
Melanskis with the tackle.
the defensive lineman captain, Ethan Coyle.
Gary Watson.
The big guy down on the sideline there.
Oh, that was Watson. They say.
Oh, sweet. Watson.
Watson carries outside, turns upfield,
Watson.
Yeah, John and I had the pleasure of coaching Darren
makes
all the way
about
back
5
to
yards.
Third down at about 4 for North Andover.
A lot of years, a lot of these kids. Over half the team have played for us over
through the 5th grade.
Yeah.
Jake asking for the ball, pitches wide, and that's a first down. That would be Freddie Gavin, I would think.
They exploded through that hole for sure.
Davila on the tackle.
Give some credit to that
First
line,
down,
too.
North Andover.
So Walsh coming out to this side. Trips on this side. Gabe D'Souza to the right.
Look D'Souza's way. Yep, he's got him.
There he is. He's got him wide open.
Pass.
Not able to bring it in.
I think the wind was a factor on that play, too, a little bit.
14, Gabriel D'Souza.
There's a little precipitation here and wind, and the lights in this stadium are a little unusual. I think he was looking back into one of their light stanchions.
It's going to get down to probably the high 20s again tonight. Low 30s.
Jake McElroy, shotgun. Back to pass. Throws the ball out to Watson, who reverses his field through the middle, looking for an opening. Gets a couple of yards.
Keep it manageable. It'll be a
Pass complete to number
3rd and
2,
6.
Darren Watson. Tackle made by number 34.
That brings
Michael
up
Slayton.
third and
Down at about
6.
For the Knights.
We always wanted Darren to go north-south, but on there, going east-west was probably a good idea.
Yeah. So they're playing Gabe with
Gabe wide
man up press
to the
coverage
near
over
side.
Jake's keep.
Jake calls his own number, makes a couple of yards, but not enough for the first
Tackle
down.
by McElroy.
Brings up a 4th down
Tackle made by number 58.
on about the 25-yard line.
Probably go for it.
I'm
But,
thinking, Coach Dobzinski likes to go for these when you're in a good field position early in the game and establish some momentum.
Yeah, it'd be tough to kick in this also.
under these
with this
conditions,
wind.
absolutely.
Defoe in power I formation. Jake under center. Back to pass.
Got him.
He has it
Touchdown.
wide open.
And he
Touchdown.
Touchdown down the sidelines.
Darren Watson.
Darren Watson.
Darren Watson brings it in.
I'm waiting for the replay. That was nice.
Well, you have man coverage
We're
against
hoping
Darren.
somebody will donate the replay system between now and next year. Could use it for all sports.
Single coverage on Darren's not going to work too well
Well,
tonight.
they brought in Defoe. They have a power backfield. Gotta believe 4th and 4. They're gonna go. It was a good call. Great call by Coach Stubb.
Gabe D'Souza to kick. Jake holding. The kick is good.
And the extra point attempt is good. Number 14.
And so with 6 minutes and 12 seconds
By number 14.
of the first quarter, North Andover Knights have scored, and they leave 7 for North Andover, and the Andover Warriors have yet to score. In fact, they've yet to have the ball.
And that, as we come to expect, you want that ball delivered right on the mark by Jake. Great pass.
Yeah,
Great pass.
beautiful. Jake is the all-sport athlete, I would say,
Yeah,
huh?
he is. That
Quite the baseball.
The 3-sport star.
Right.
Great kid. A lot of great athletes on this team,
Yes.
up and down.
Yeah.
Back deep for the Warriors, number 21. J-Ron Chevalier. And number 24, Tommy.
I think that they'll be pretty impressive on defense, too. I think that's where you really see the athleticism as well.
Kicking off for the Knights, number 14, Gabe D'Souza.
And here's the kickoff.
Gabe's got quite
High.
that foot.
Not as deep as some of his kicks. Taken in by 21. He has the sideline. And he's taken down. The ball is out.
Think it was a fumble
North
there?
Andover sideline
Oh,
is
yeah.
jumping up and down. The officials, however,
On the kickoff reception,
Looks like they retained possession here.
Not a lot of weaknesses on the North Andover team, that's for sure.
to the end
You know,
of 45.
kick coverage, sometimes they've given up a few too many bigger returns, but tonight's going to be
the
hard. That
ball
wind
was
was held up.
returned by J-Ron Chevalier. He's a sophomore running back, 5'11", 185. Harrington
See
now
if Roach makes a
quarterback.
difference here on that left tackle.
And in
position.
motion, and a whistle.
As predicted, Roach is right in there. 21.
Motion on that.
Roche,
Ball started
Roche
over.
rushing in there for that loose ball, but the whistle had blown.
Roach is quite the
Expect him
athlete,
to,
too. He's
be
actually going to.
anticipating an opportunity for a sack here.
Speaking of athletes, Roach is quite the athlete, too, heading to Maryland for lacrosse after this year. So it's
Yes.
quite impressive athlete.
Yeah.
Quite the gym
Backfield
rat, too.
defense, Jack Walsh, Mark Federico, Gabe D'Souza, and I think Watson.
Motion again. Boy,
Ball start.
That defensive line's a bit jittery.
yeah. Roach is a great addition this year. That kid, he's great. He's fun to watch. He plays 100 miles an hour the whole
For the
time.
Warriors,
A lot of speed on the outside coming in, too. That's going to give that line craziness all day. Headaches all day.
So Harrington coming in with a play from the coach. Victor Harrington, 14 in motion. It's the ball in the middle. breaks away. Very difficult to bring down. Broke a couple of arm tackles.
Yeah, a few missed tackles there. Putting them behind the chains, though, certainly helps.
That was 24, Tommy Duncan.
Second and like 15 now.
On that
Tackle
carry.
made by number 27, Michael Dypo. Warriors second down and about 13.
Mike Defoe on the tackle. Brought him down.
Defoe's quite the athlete, too.
Man in motion. Shotgun. Look at this blitz. The ball is rushed. Harrington rushed it, overthrew the receiver. Opportunity for an interception there, but so unexpected.
Kind of nice idea there with that middle screen, especially with all that activity on the front line of North Andover. Very aggressive, so not a bad call. Tough to execute in this weather, though, for sure.
Nick Zalonskis in the game.
Yeah, that's a great call against aggressive defensive front like that.
Harrington
Got him
back,
down the
throwing
middle of the
long.
field.
Has
got
a
it.
receiver
Nice.
out there
Nice play. It was
and
that-
broken up.
it was,
Mark Federico.
Broken up beautifully by Federico.
Headed for number 2, Brendan Moody. Incomplete.
Separated
He had
the
him.
receiver from the ball as soon as he had his hands on it.
Nice breakup.
He closed really, really nicely on that, Mark did.
Federico will be back next year. He's a valuable contributor to the team.
His name is Florio.
So here's a high punt.
Heck of a punt.
Roma.
A lot of wind
Game's gonna
taken
take
in by
D'Souza.
D'Souza. Breaks away. Has the sideline.
Nice block.
One man to beat. Will he get a block? No, he just outruns him.
Acceleration.
Down the sideline. Gabe D'Souza
No flags on the
takes
field.
in the punt. And
Number 14.
the second possession of the game, North Andover scores the second touchdown of the game.
Nice little
Gabe
hesitation
D'Souza.
there. Nice little hesitation there on the
Yes.
return. He stops in the middle of the field. It's like the whistle blew or something. And then all of a sudden he booted around the end. Nice blocking down the side. Nobody gave up on that.
You're never down till you're down. And then sometimes you're not down.
I think I saw Salmonek in there making a nice block as well. Got to square those shoulders, coach.
And D'Souza kicks it through.
D'Souza.
So D'Souza has scores 8 points of the 14. 4:46 in the first quarter. And North Andover 14-0 in the traditional annual Thanksgiving game, broadcast on Thanksgiving Eve. Cold weather expected tomorrow, and a lot of cities and towns move their games to Wednesday night. I don't know when you could say the last time North Andover played a Thanksgiving game on Wednesday night.
I don't know.
I can't recall.
Well, I've been around in North Andover for 45 years, and it's never happened in my time.
There are some schools that switch to playing. I know that Bishop Fenwick, for a period of time, played on Wednesday night.
I think with the temperature forecasted tomorrow, like in the single digits or 10
Yes,
or something.
yeah, it's going to be very cold.
Plus with the wind chill, it's got to be almost zero.
And Andover spent many hours today clearing the field and the stands just for this.
It's Federico kicking off this time now.
Yeah.
Mark, nicely done.
Very nice, Mark.
Ball taken in by Tommy Duncan, starting halfback.
Kickoff taken by number 24, Tommy Duncan.
Little late flag.
I think it's going to be
Scrappiness
unsportsmanlike
going
on
on.
North Andover. One of the kids gave a shove.
I think it was a late push.
First down and 10 for the Warriors.
Andover's really going to need to establish some sort of offense, whether probably on the ground.
On their own 25.
The penalty marked off.
That's a big one, so that's 15
yards.
Personal foul, North Andover. First down and 10 for the Warriors.
Here's a pass taken in over midfield.
44, Nick
Zelenskis,
Harrington.
44 on that ball.
I believe Harrington's a freshman quarterback, too, so he's showing a little bit of poise out there, I'd say.
Nice to have a 6'3", 225 receiver like that. You can see that kid's a big kid.
Pushed out of bounds.
Right down here at the bottom of the screen, number 44.
Harrington back, and
he's got
he
him.
is brought
Roach.
down. A blitz by
Roachy
Roach.
in there.
Back on the play by number 21. Michael Roach.
He came off that right end and
Roach
just
is
exploded.
going to Maryland next year. Highly recruited
Right
athlete.
tackle didn't have. I don't know if there was an end there, but whoever was trying to block him didn't have much success. Just too quick off the line. Great quickness, great speed.
For the Warriors.
Quite the athlete, as we said earlier.
Harrington has the receiver, and he is separated from the ball. That's the second time that's happened. I think that was Federico.
Another big hit by Mark Federico.
Brendan Moody, incomplete.
Good closing speed on that. Good hit.
Broken up by number 33.
I know the weather conditions are tough, but you got to squeeze those on a night like tonight when you're playing a team like North Andover right
Yeah,
now.
that pass was pretty
I didn't hear you.
well positioned.
Yeah, okay.
These Andover kids, you know, this can make their season knocking off the undefeated North Andover. So they got to be playing disciplined. And
So
execute.
Harrington, a quarterback. Duncan, man in motion. They do that a lot. Want to see what the defense is set for, and a good tackle by Slattery.
Pass complete to number 44, Nick Zelenskis. Tackle by number 21, Michael Roach.
I think Slattery got an assist on that tackle as well.
Oh, okay. So Roche in on that tackle.
Wario backed up punt. Watson and DeSouza back deep for the Knights.
Roche putting on an
Up the
aggressive
shoulders on
rush.
that play. Nice opening. Who's that, Darren?
Darren.
There goes. Oh, boy.
Watson.
Darren's off to the
Watson.
There he goes.
Will they catch him?
Come on, Darren, close
The
that.
last man.
He closes.
No.
This game seems to be getting out of hand off
Touchdown,
Warwick.
Knights. Darren Watson kicking it out.
Quite a burst of speed on the outside. Nice little over-the-shoulder catch, too. Came right around there and just exploded for a touchdown.
It's going off and on.
Still the first quarter, right, guys?
Yeah, there's 2:49 left in the first quarter. I think they're going to have to stop thinking about punting and going for it on fourth. Although I didn't like that third down call, the jet screen there. They had like 14 yards to go, and they
Right.
picked up 2.
And that kick is good.
And the kick is good.
So North Andover,
Sousa
21
attempt.
with 2 minutes, 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Hearing D'Souza has quite the foot, almost at Division I level. I think there are some colleges looking at him for kicking, I believe. I'm not sure which ones, but hearing he's quite impressive with that foot.
You know, Max Prep, the
Yes.
website Max Prep has North Andover listed as number 2 in the state, and has for a couple of weeks now.
That's right.
Only St. John's
St.
Prep
John's
is
Prep, that's right.
rated higher.
Right, as a
Now, the Globe and the MIAA have them rated, I think, number 4, number 5. But they've been in the top 10 all year, since September.
right, very impressive team this year.
Back deep for the Warriors.
It's probably a good reason to read the Herald then instead.
Number 24, Tommy Duncan.
I don't know if I can say, I haven't been here 50 years, so I don't know if I can say this is one team in 50 year, a 50-year team, but
It is.
certainly they're
tremendous.
outstanding.
When was the last time they went to the Super Bowl?
It was a different, completely different format
Right,
back then.
right.
You know, there were other divisions. They used to play the games. Now that the Kraft family opened up Gillette, I think it's just tremendous. You know, it's going to be exciting to get the kids an opportunity to go down there. They were one game away last year.
Right. Might have expanded the divisions, but it makes a lot of excitement for a lot of families this time of year, for sure.
Ball kicked inside the 10. Tommy Duncan has the sideline. Here he goes, one man left to beat, and he has him, but he's going to be caught and pushed out of bounds.
Number 24, Tommy Duncan.
An outstanding return by Duncan. Probably the fastest man on the Andover
Remember what I
team.
said about giving up the big plays on those kickoffs? That has been the only thing that they really need to tighten up.
Yeah, they kind of lost their focus on staying in the lanes, and that's what happens. Get outside that containment, and
Couple
good
of
things can
games.
happen or bad things can happen, as they say.
It's happened a couple
So
of games.
Andover strikes back. The Warriors
Never really want to
are
let up.
first
either.
and 10 inside the North Andover 30 at
Andover's
the
really got to
25.
capitalize on this now to
And in motion
this from
again.
getting out of
Harrington
control,
calls
you
his
know?
own number, heading for the sideline, is going to be bounced by Walsh.
Jack Walsh, nice tackle there. Actually ran right through that running back, right through the quarterback. Actually,
Second down at about 15.
quarterback's got to learn how to square his shoulders up and head upfield though too.
I saw D'Souza flexing his arms there too, so I think he was in on it. Out there with the short sleeves on a night like tonight.
Harrington back, has a receiver, turns inside, down the sideline,
Number 10, Johnny Gemmel.
inside the 20, about the 19.
So it looks like
Gamel.
they're playing like a soft zone there and giving
John
him some,
Gamel.
some room there.
That was definitely a soft corner.
Now tighten it up.
John is a senior running back, 5'10", 165.
Tackle made by Peter Como.
Tommy Duncan is also a senior,
No, that would be the wrong team.
also 5'10", 165.
Third down at about 4 for the Warriors.
So Gamel wide
Definitely 4 down
to the
territory.
near
I'd say.
side. Jolfi Frias, a sophomore.
Well, they're playing everybody up.
There's the rush. Passes down there and overthrows the receiver, 44. Zelanskas. Nick Zelanskas, 6'3", 225.
Definitely had the height advantage, but definitely it just overthrew him just a bit.
Fourth down at about 4 for the Warriors.
No question on 4th down. Got to go for it.
Harrington gets a play from the coach. Trips on this side.
Calling timeout.
All right, so it looks like a timeout.
Timeout Andover.
So both teams go to their sidelines. Talk this over. Important play.
Absolutely. This is probably a not only important play for this quarter, but probably for the game. They need to at least establish some sort of offense and get to a first down.
Yeah.
Now, what if North Andover will come out with a different defensive set, because Andover probably made that timeout to see how North Andover was coming out in that defensive set. So we'll see.
I haven't seen a lot of successful running. So far. And so I'm going to guess that it's either going to be like a middle screen or maybe one of those out passes, because those are the two plays that have worked for them. Throwing it down the middle or throwing that sideline pass is a kind of tough one.
I thought that middle screen definitely was successful last time too, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so fourth down, important play. 14 in motion again, fakes the handoff.
He's throwing the
That's a hard pass, and that is incomplete.
I don't know if that throw was behind him
That
or if he
was,
thought the
thrown
guy was
behind
going to
him.
cut out.
That pass was not on target.
Well, if it was a button hook, he buttoned but didn't hook.
The ball faded.
Look, it was outside shoulder, but he didn't really complete his run. I think complete that.
So North Andover bringing trips to this side. Jake calls his own number, spins away. He has the speed. Oh, and he cuts back nicely. Avoids a tackle. Duncan, again, probably the fastest player on the Warriors, is the only one to catch him.
I think it was a design play too. It seemed like it was definitely a quarterback draw of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
Only caught him because he was shifting direction.
Well, I think D'Souza and Watson will give McRae a little trouble there. They'll remind him that they didn't get caught from behind like he did.
Yeah, down the sidelines, Watson was actually kicking out his strides.
Jake will make me pay for that one later.
Jake, after a successful run, throws the release to Watson, who
nice
has
move.
speed and breakaway. 3 or 4 moves, has the pylon, cuts back in, and it's brought down inside the red zone, well inside, down around the 10.
Darren's really improved over the last couple of years, specifically with the way he cuts now and goes downfield. Remember in the old days, he used to kind of dance a little bit more and not do a little bit of the shimmies, but now he's definitely cutting and getting downfield very nicely.
Yes.
Very shifty with great speed.
Yeah. Yes. As a freshman, sophomore, he didn't tend to make a lot of cuts, and now he has that built into his game. He's seeing the defense, and he's reacting to their foot placement, to their position.
Lots of dancing and shimmies like that, Jeff. You just remember in your college days. Got him.
Back shoulder throw. It was on the receiver, but difficult to catch.
Last intended for number 14, Steve D'Souza, broken up by number 24, Tommy Duncan.
Duncan, of course, one
Jake
of the
had
better
the-
players. They put Duncan on D'Souza.
He had the right idea on that back shoulder pass, but it seemed like it was broken up pretty well. I think that was a good defensive play as well.
Yes, yeah. That was a touchdown, except for Duncan.
Right, I mean, nice play.
It's hard to defend that back shoulder throw. So he showed some.
Watch for Default.
Some recognition there.
Oh, sweeping with. That Gavin? Can't quite see.
Watson on the carry.
Oh, Watson. That's Gavin, isn't it?
Well, it's hard to tell. The 2 and the 5 look hard to tell.
Yeah.
The gate looks like Gavin, though. That's Gavin.
I think that
We
was
know
Gavin.
Watson's gate. We know Watson's gate.
Yeah, see, he just corrected it. Gavin's turned into quite a runner this year.
St. John's probably the best team.
Your score, North Andover 21, Andover, nothing.
So that is the end of the first quarter, 21-0.
Looks like Andover filled up the box a little bit better on that and is trying to play a little bit tougher defense on the run.
You get down 21-0. It starts getting a lot colder out there.
Come through much better if you're right on top of the mic.
Jake rolled out right and I think just didn't seem to be able to get enough zip on that ball. And actually, nice play by number 1, Calvin Davila. He reacted pretty well to that pass.
Well, Andover's got a long field to go here, so they got to try and string a few together here.
And Andover has the ball.
I think those quick down and outs have been working for Andover. I'll see if they continue with that.
Harrington has the snap, gives it off inside.
There's a flag on the play.
Ball carried by number 24, Tommy Duncan.
Ooh, looks like a face mask.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that helps them out of that end zone.
North Andover. First down.
That was a big 15-yard penalty. So hopefully it won't give Andover too much of momentum, but for Andover's sake, they need to get something moving here.
Raphael Usomon, Mike Defoe.
Well, I'm not saying North Andover is playing great defense, but they've given up more yards and personal fouls than they have on regular offense.
Is Duncan gets to the corner and is taken down.
Ball carried by number 14, Joffrey Willis. Tackle made by number 26, Stephen Barullo.
Barullo and Roach get on that tackle.
I think I could give Roach a half a tackle on that as well.
That tackle was by Roach, yes?
Ferrullo was the initial tackle, but Roach got in there as well, yeah.
Duncan in motion again. Harrington.
He's got him. Is that Ferrullo?
Taken down by
nice play by Steve
26
Ferrullo.
Steve Ferrullo, only a sophomore.
Shed the blocking nicely there.
Yeah, he's really been coming into his own those last 5 games. He's been playing some really serious defense.
So let's see. Third and really long here, 20 yards. This is not the type of thing that Andover needs. They need positive plays.
Definitely have to go to the air on this.
And another 5.
Left tackle, right on Ferrullo. He's getting a little jittery over there. Ferrullo's starting to dominate that line of scrimmage, and that's proof and point right there on that left tackle. Makes a move, trying to make that a little bit more of a quick left. You want that left foot to go so you can get Ferrullo, but definitely had some problems here. Ferrullo's definitely doing some damage.
I like that. Yeah, what he said, third down and wicked long. I think that's the only thing you hear in New England, probably, right? All right.
Well, they say third in the country mile.
Harrington back, looking down the middle.
Oh, he's got him too. Oh.
Just overthrows him. That would be
Pass intended.
hard to have caught him.
Incomplete.
But I got to tell you, Harrington's showing a lot of poise back there for a freshman to be in that area and make a nice pass. Again, the weather's not conducive to that type of pass, but he almost made that pass. I think he's got a bright future.
Freshman starting quarterback, that's always impressive, really. You know?
Harrington, 6'1", 165, has yet to fill out. He's got the height and a nice arm.
They didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage there.
Warriors.
A lot of promise. He just needs to get that line up to speed, and I think he'll have a better year next year too. But North Andover just physically is overpowering that offensive line right now.
Visit the Snack Shack tonight. All of your favorites are there. Hot chocolate, pizza, hot dog.
Yeah, North Andover has a lot of great athletes on this team, but the thing that demoralizes their opponents this year, the discrepancy in the scoring is because of the line. They have a very good line.
And their ends,
They don't get enough credit, in fact.
Absolutely, and their ends are so fast on defense, like Roche and Alfarillo coming on. Very difficult to defend. Speed kills, as they say.
So Andover set to punt. North Andover with two people back at around midfield. It's a good punt.
Oh my
Yeah, he tried to fake him out.
By Gabe. Gabe.
Sousa's got to be smart here. He's got to be smart.
Definitely saw a flag on a late hit on the sidelines. But you're right. You got to show their composure, and good sportsmanship goes a long way.
They handed up a little there on the sideline, taking a bow to the crowd.
That was an incredibly athletic move after it was pushed to make it between the two jugs and not trip.
Who was the game? The college game a couple weeks ago. They did the same thing. The guy, instead of fair catching, he caught the ball, stood there. The other team let up. He tried to do the same thing, but Andover didn't fall for it.
Coach Perry's furious.
'75 Johnny Cox is centering. Sometimes Salmonak centers. Sometimes Cox.
Yeah, I remember Salmonak also was he was a center over the last couple of years as well, but now he's gone to right guard or left guard, and he's done a nice job as well. But Salmonak was one of our centers for what, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. So has a lot of experience at that position.
First down and 10.
Who is wearing 54? 5'4"? North Andover?
Oh, that's Hardacre, I think.
No, Ahern.
Oh,
Timmy
Ahern.
Ahern.
Oh, Ahern, right.
Completed pass by Jake.
Pass complete to number 17.
Matt Chico.
Yeah, Chico picked up about 7 yards on that play. Nice dart by McElroy. Over the middle.
Matt will be back next year. In the second half of the year, he's been contributing every game, has a catch or more. Rolling out. There's a pass to Gabe, and he is
Hard tackle. Yeah, you mentioned that.
unfortunately too close to that linebacker,
You mentioned that about
Moreno.
about Salmonak there. So one of the good things was having a guy like Johnny Cox be able to fill in and play center. So kid's done terrific. He's a big kid too. You can see him out there, number 75. Now he's playing left guard. Being able to move around like that's really key.
There's a pass to Gabe on his hands, but broken up by the safety.
Right off those fingertips, I think on a warmer day, he's in the end zone.
So 6 minutes, 37 seconds, second quarter. Trips to the right. Short side Watson in the slot.
It's going deep.
Jake has a
Jack.
receiver, and it's intercepted in the end zone.
Tommy Duncan.
Looking for Walsh.
Things getting a little chippy out there. Jack Walsh has a way of getting under some kids there. So walk away, Jack. You got a big game next week. But I saw what the Andover kid did. He wasn't happy about getting thrown on like that. He made a nice play. Then he gave him the little howdy do.
Pass intercepted.
Like you say, you really have to keep your composure, especially going into a Super Bowl.
Walsh and D'Souza walking back to the line, talking it over.
And that's a touchback. It'll come out to the
I'm sure the refs are going to be very, very tight next week as well during that Super Bowl game.
Don't be surprised if the refs don't tighten this one up. They don't want it to turn into any kind of silliness. So Coach Dubb probably really needs to pull the kids together and say, hey, guys, play with class, play hard.
Get even on the next tackle.
Yeah, that's right. Between the whistles.
Harrington has the receiver, breaks away. One man to beat.
Johnny Gilmore. Other reception for the Warriors.
Taken down across midfield.
Tackle made by number 2, Darren Watson.
Darren whiffed on that
tackled by
tackle. So
Watson.
he chased him down, but he did whiff.
Again, this quarterback's pretty impressive for a freshman, throwing that kind of ball on the outside and
Walsh
completing
covering on this side of the field. Watson covering on the far side. It's a ball in. It's a ball delivered and almost picked off. Walsh
Jack Walsh. Great play by Jack that time.
looking for that
Stepped
ball.
right in front.
19.
Yeah, playing the ball.
Second down and 10 for the Warriors.
Jack definitely anticipated that pass and, like you said, stepped right in front of that and almost took it the other way for 6.
I think a lot of these seniors remember a couple of years ago when they got thumped pretty good by the Andover team. So I think they're looking for a little bit of extra oomph in this game,
Yes.
too. They got him. It's Roach. There's that 21 kid again.
So Ferrullo and Roche in on that sack. The Andover players are overplaying.
They're overwhelmed with that physicality and that speed on the outside. That offensive line is having serious trouble trying to contain those two very good athletes. Ferrullo's got the size, and Roach has that speed on the outside that right now is unprotected.
Harrington has a receiver, first down.
Pass complete to number 44, Jason Langskus. Tackle made by number 52, Keegan Hardiker.
Zelanskas and Keegan Hardacre brought him down, the linebacker on that side.
Yeah, Keegan's really come into his own this year, too. He's playing some really good defense, good linebacker core that they have there with Samanuk and Slattery and Keegan. 3 good athletes.
There's a kid who really filled out. I mean, my understanding is he really hit the weights, and he's a solid kid.
Harrington again, ball well overthrown. North Andover playing for the ball more than the offensive team. Federico skying over the receiver.
The defensive backs are really anticipating these throws as they're coming in, and almost another interception by Mark Federico. Nice play.
4.5 minutes to go in the half. North Andover has the ball. Take over on downs. They're at the 40-yard line. They're 40. First and 10. Jake is under center.
Timeout.
North Andover has a timeout. They're in the power I. You would expect them now to run some clock, perhaps. Although the players are pretty excited. They may want to throw a bomb here. The coach may want to run the ball.
Right.
4.5 minutes left. I don't know. They might. I see Defoe out there. They might just give him a steady dose of Mike Defoe.
Thank you.
Yeah, Defoe will run the ball into the linebackers 2 or 3 times, and then Gavin will run right by them.
He'll tenderize the linebackers, and then Gavin goes right through them afterwards. Yeah, he'll be an important weapon for them next week.
Drake under center. Hands the ball. I think that might have been Watson. No, it's Gavin. Freddie Gavin did not play much this year. Let's say he did not make a strong impact until the Drake game, where he scored 3 long touchdowns. And he's been an all-state player since then.
He does have that combination of quickness and power. He's a pretty powerful run. Doesn't look that powerful, but he really is when he gets off the ball. He's very powerful as well as quick.
Yes, and he, if he's being brought down, not that many players can use their hand on the ground to stay up, and he uses it routinely.
Yeah, it's very good balance. He should wrestle. Does he wrestle? Gavin?
I don't know. I know he did at one point. Yeah. All right, so that's 2 plays off tackle. Both of them have got 0 yards.
Linebackers have been making a statement on this, both 34 and 54 for Andover. They've been closing those gaps and making some nice tackles.
Michael Slayton on the tackle.
Yeah.
Bill Munitas.
In the middle for Andover is Blattman, 6'2", 328.
Are you sure that's not 2 kids? All right, he's rolling over here.
Jake looking for a receiver. Patient, decides, okay, let's just throw this one away.
All right, moral victory for Andover there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Torres, if you lost your ID, it's in the snack shack. Emily Torres, Lawrence General Hospital. Fourth down and 10 for the Knights.
Looks like that scoreboard's having some trouble in and out.
For the Warriors.
It looked like the power went out a second ago.
Back to punt.
Oh, he's going. He's going, and he's got it.
D'Souza down the sideline. Steps out of bounds.
And the big punt by number 14, Gabe D'Souza.
That was
the Knights' first down.
Gain of over 30 yards.
He was carrying that football like a loaf of bread there, John.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah. He must have learned that in Everett. we don't teach that here. Although I will take the play. Hey, that's something you can do when you're up by 3 scores, you know? I mean, take a little chance there. They can run this clock out.
Yeah, put it in your trick playbook for next week, too, in case you need it.
Little option.
Pitch wide.
Ooh.
Ready to beat on the carry.
Freddie Gavin.
Davila on the tackle. Second down and 7 for the Knights.
Looked like he lost his footing over there as well. Looked a little slick out there on that 35-yard line.
I'm going to have to talk to Johnny Cox's mom. He's the only guy out there with no sleeves on tonight. It's about 20 degrees out. What's wrong with there?
Mental toughness.
Watson cuts back
Nice
across
cut
the
back.
field, has a block. Shifty. gets by 44 with just a shift.
Nice.
Carried by number 2.
Nice to see. Nice to see Darren with his head up, going downfield, making that one cut, seeing the field nicely, and then exploding off that block. So nice run, Darren. Heads up now, running.
First down and 10 for the Knights.
All right.
Jake under center.
Still waiting to see Defoe up the middle.
Defoe.
There. Nope, toss to Gavin.
Defoe
Doing
blocking
that off
ahead for
tackle
Gavin,
again.
but the Andover team, that's a play North Andover likes to run, and they probably practice defending that all week.
Yeah, those two linebackers have been doing a pretty good job filling those gaps and following those running backs into the hole and making some nice stops. So their linebackers are establishing themselves a little bit on Andover.
If you go in the direction Defoe is running, you're liable to find the ball eventually. Gabe wide this side with another receiver. There's a ball pitched to Gavin. Gavin easily in.
Great read by Jake there. Nice option read. And the scoreboard is going out.
They had J.D. Allen in the slot there too, number 24, and he made a nice little block, helping out Gavin for that touchdown.
Yeah, when he's turned into quite a running back too. He had a great year last year. I know he had a couple injuries this year, but there's another guy that was a lineman, went back when we were coaching him and even Defoe, both linemen. But once you get up here,
And the extra point attempt is good.
lots of things can change. You start to grow a little.
Yeah, and they're going to need all those running backs next week too. I think all three are going to get some time. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. You're going to need all the weapons that you have available.
Yeah, all the running backs have a slightly different style.
Bob Stabile and Charlie Zingenmeyer are here celebrating.
Mark Federico's out to kick again, which he's done a nice job tonight.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Back team for the Warriors, number 24, Tommy Duncan, and number 21, Jaron Chevalier. Kicking off for the Knights is number 33, Mark Federico.
So there's a minute and a half. North Andover 28, and Andover has yet to score. Nice, good kick by Federico. Duncan.
Duncan on the kickoff return.
It's getting a little chippy here on that Andover side of the field. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Gonna play the whistle. I didn't hear a whistle.
When we get close to their bench, activity starts to happen. Not much happens on the North Andover side.
I think that might be because they're all tired from scoring.
Rafael Usaman in at a defensive tackle now with Defoe. Two guys who are very difficult to block in the middle. Here's a Roche.
Might have been a late hit there. I'm not sure.
Roche takes down the quarterback, who gets up with a limp. It's starting to run better now, coming over to see the offensive coordinator. Gives him a pat. The head coach is giving him a play.
Roach just exploded off that left side or right side of the line and was untouched coming in. Pretty much ran the quarterback over. It's tough to stop a kid like that.
Personal foul against North Andover. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. On midfield the 50.
Harrington throws to the sideline, but it's short.
Pass intended for number 10, Johnny Gamble.
Good example of making sure you have that good footwork there. I know it's a very cold evening, but it's good to have good footwork back there. Make sure that back foot is set and follow through.
Yeah, after that hit, he may not have had the same knees that he had the previous play.
That's true.
Roche calling.
Something's telling me that right tackle.
Ball start. Warriors.
Roche looking for a penalty there, and he gets it.
Right tackle's going to see number 21 in his sleep, I think, John.
Shifts the back. Gives him the ball, and he's eaten alive by Roche.
Tommy Duncan on the carry. Tackle made by number 24, Michael Roach.
You know, I was talking to his father, and I asked him if he plays lacrosse that way. He says basically that he sweeps leaves and everything at that full speed. He does the yard work. Everything is full speed with that kid. And you can see it. Man.
And he's a gym rat, too. He's always at the Y. I always see him at the Y. And he's always working as hard there as he is on the field. So quite an athlete, and he's having quite a game.
At the Y? What are you doing at the Y? Did they have a nice cafeteria there?
I touch my toes, and I talk to a lot of the old players of mine. Hit the sauna.
It's going deep.
Roche double teamed. They have 2 players blocking him.
There's a flag on the play. I don't know what it was.
And that's the half, ladies and gentlemen.
Offsides? Offsides on North Andover. They got another play.
One more play.
North Andover 28. Andover nothing.
One free play. It'll be just...
And there's a flag in the play.
The clock has expired, but there is a penalty. Yeah.
They're down in 15 for the Warriors.
Oh, he's going to huck it deep here.
Harrington has the ball. Duncan up.
Oh, he's just
to the
throwing the
left,
out pass. I
and
mean, I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You need to throw the ball down the middle there. That pass isn't helping any.
With all that penetration, though, you just wonder if he has his faculties together trying to throw that ball.
Yeah. He's like outletting it to Frias.
Fulgi, why don't you run some hot chocolate down to those Andover kids? They might need something. Warm them up a little for the next half.
Done deal.
So that's the end of the half. We'll be back with the second half.
Hi, my name is Jim. I am a volunteer here at North Andover Cam. What is North Andover Cam, you ask? It's the local TV studio here in town where you can produce your own TV show. Have you ever wondered what it's like to go behind the scenes of a TV production? Well, this is the place to be. The staff here at North Andover Cam will teach you everything you need to know. It's a place where you can learn all aspects of TV production, like how to run cameras, be a floor director, an audio tech, or even a director. North Andover Cam is for all ages. You can visit the website at www.northandovercam.org or come by and tour the studio at 430 Osgood Street in North Andover High School and become a member. They're always looking for volunteers of all ages. Thank you. The staff is looking forward to seeing you. And
We're back for the kickoff of the second half. The short kit picked up and brought down.
Chevalier on the return.
Jaron Chevalier, sophomore, 5'11", 186.
Tackle made by number 5, Freddie Gabini. Along with number 6, Aiden Mencia.
Mencia brings him down. So first and 10 for Harrington and the Warriors. There's a snap. Throws the ball to the sideline. Little disconnect on timing on that play. Everyone's cold. First play of the half.
Tough to come out there in the second half and make a play like that. You know, they probably want to establish the run a little bit if they can.
Yeah.
Just what the night needed. Wind is starting to pick up. You can see the flags straight out now.
My feet are cold.
Big hit.
Number 24, Tommy Duncan on the carry.
Duncan sweeping right,
Tackle made by number 33, Mark Federico.
and Federico brought him down, among others.
Third down and about 6 for the Warriors.
So good to start with some runs. But here's a pass. Sideline pass incomplete. Punt coming up.
Yeah, 3 and out's the last thing that Andover needed.
You're right. Right.
That'll bring a Warrior fourth down and about 6.
So we're here at Andover on the evening before Thanksgiving. I'm Ray Ahern, the broadcaster, with Jeff Fulgioni and John Vincent, who've been coaches for a lot of the North Andover players as they came through the school system. And here is Gabe.
Oh,
Looking
there's a
for a
block from
block,
behind.
looking for another block. He gets it. Oh, there's a flag.
Yeah, they got
Block in the
Darren on the
back.
block from behind there.
And one's taken by number 14, Dave D'Souza. Flag on the play.
You really want to be more disciplined than that. No, the game's a little bit out of hand, but you always want to make a good block, keep those shoulders square, and make sure you don't cause that. Is that 10 yards?
Yeah.
28-0. North Andover will undoubtedly play their starters for maybe half of this quarter. We'll see what happens.
What do you think, John? Another set of downs and maybe start putting some subs in?
So
If they can
they're
score.
in a power I. They opened the game, of course, in the shotgun.
Oh, there we go.
And here is Defoe.
Depends on how they chew the clock. You know, if they eat up the clock here, then yeah, I can see that happening. But if they quick strike, They might come out swinging again. It was only 2 years ago they got thumped pretty good. And I know some of the kids were talking about that.
So Gabe is the lone wide receiver. Everyone else in tight. There's an inside handoff. This is probably J.D. Allen. That's a play for J.D. if that's him.
Counter plays a tricky play.
That was definitely J.D. Allen on that run. But again, it looks like those linebackers are sniffing out those running plays right now and have kind of stifled North Andover's offense with that run game.
Jake under center, drops back to pass, has two receivers downfield. He's flushed out to, he looks like he's going to run for the corner.
First.
Makes the corner and heads downfield, catches a few extra yards, almost to midfield.
And that's a North Andover first down.
And he gets the first down.
Looked like it was at first looking for someone to pass to, but I think defensively they were pretty solid defending those receivers. But Jake, doing what he does best, though, he can really head up to the outside and show his speed.
Yes, and also it's nice to run around a little bit and warm up before you throw that first pass.
Absolutely.
Jake has played in cold weather before.
Got the slot guy open right now.
There's a pass
Got it
deflected.
down.
Passing complete, batted down by number 9. Zach Saab.
Jack Roche playing left tackle for North Andover. He'll be back next year.
Looks like North Andover's changed some of their offensive linemen. Already made a few changes there.
Saab on the tackle.
So Matt Chico is in at wide receiver. Tim Ionarone, right tackle. Shotgun again. There's a ball taken in by Watson. Spins, but it's taken down.
Number 2 down, Watson.
Good gain.
Made by Phil Benitez.
Good defensive stand by Andover. Again, they seem to be snuffing out the run and now stopping them on 3rd and long. So sputtering a little bit on offense there. I think we need to get that going again soon because it's only, like you said, I mean, it's 28-0, but then again, it's only 28-0.
To Souza.
Cut by D'Souza.
Wasn't sure if he was going to take off with it again there.
Well, when you give that kind of athlete that much time to make a decision,
Yeah.
you never know what's going to happen, and that's how dangerous he can be.
There's a little soccer in the Souza family.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. His dad was prolific, I believe, right?
Yes. Interior line and linebackers of North Andover
Tommy Duncan in the alley.
working hard to deprive Duncan of any significant yardage there.
Yeah, I think the defensive line's pretty much manhandled Andover's offensive line, and that'll dictate any type of game. So they just can't seem to fire away and make any holes for Andover's running backs right now. There's another middle screen again.
That was a great read by that Rafi. How do you pronounce his last name? Usuman? Usuman. Opportunity there. They set up the screen, and he peeled back and made a nice tackle on that, keeping that screen from working. Great job there. Another 75, the lineman.
Yeah. Oh, they said 52 on that time.
That's all right. They keep mispronouncing Freddie Gabbin's name. Oh, did he get?
Yep,
did he get it?
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Watson.
By number 22, Darren Watson.
Watson picks it off.
Again, defensive backs anticipating these type of throws off of the freshman quarterback. Pretty impressive.
Trips out to the side. Walsh near us. Watson in the slot, goes to the middle, has
Nice
the ball.
pass.
Oh! Picks it up again. And goes out of bounds in the red zone, down around the 10-yard
A
line.
nice strike by Jake McElroy there.
Beautiful. Timed it up. Watson ran like he was going for the post, and then he just cut it off into the middle.
Got a nice charity bounce on that play as well to make sure he was able to retrieve that ball. Great pass by Jake.
Okay, Gavin on the wide side of the formation. 3 trips.
Single coverage on Gabe. This could be interesting.
Little fade route.
There it is.
There he is.
Nope, he's gonna.
Got him.
And he has him.
Oh, he
and
didn't hold on to it.
as he spun, the ball continued.
It's a tough hit. Had his head down and everything. Extracurricular there now.
We do have a flag in the play, so.
Yeah, it was I think it was a late, unsportsmanlike, but I'm not sure if it was on Gabe or somebody came up a little mouthy.
Incomplete.
Refs are talking about who said what. Not them. Sounds like the Andover faithful does not agree with that call.
John, you going to go out there and interview that family, see what's going on down there?
Good on them.
So,
So you
Jake
seem a
is
little
back
undecided
from,
on that
talking to
call.
the coach. He's got to
They didn't move
play.
the ball, though. They still have it on the 5-yard line.
Power I, Defoe, and
Oh, yeah,
Gavin.
it's because it was incomplete, so they went half the distance, right? Yeah.
2 tight ends.
Default.
Ball. Give it to Defoe.
No. Maybe one? What do you think?
Maybe.
It's tough to run into the 353-pound nose guard.
Yep. And like I mentioned, those 2 linebackers was definitely filling those gaps. They've been stuffing that run pretty well the last series of downs, which is a concern because you really want to establish that, especially in the Super Bowl next week.
Jake under center, power I. Gavin deep. And there's pass to Slattery.
Slattery. Nice seam pass.
Touchdown!
Gotta love that pass, especially down close to the end zone.
Touchdown Knights. Jake reaches up.
Nice play by Ryan Slattery. Nice pass by Jake over to Ryan. Ryan, I believe, is heading to St. Anselm's to play some lacrosse next year, so good luck to him as well.
That's beautiful. We hadn't mentioned his name yet. And the little fake dive, quick hitter.
Ball is blocked. Picked up by the quarterback and throws it away. Jake McElroy heads up.
Jake showing his infield skills on that one, I think. I picked it up nicely.
Jake and Gavin talking about the play as they head for the sideline.
Andover fans may be cold with their feet, but they're awful hot with their words right now, I'll tell you.
Back in for the Warriors. Number 24, Tommy Duncan. Along with number 21, Jalen Chevalier. Kicking off for the Knights.
Two and a half minutes.
That's the first time I can remember D'Souza having a kick blocked. You know, I mean, I think he's missed one or two, but I don't think he's had one blocked. Something broke down there.
Yeah, I did not see what happened, but I noticed that Jake was talking with him as the play after the play here. So it's down cold and the field is wet. So North Andover 34-0.
Nice kick.
Federico with a nice kick down to the 10. And
Big Hardacre on that.
yes,
Hardacre? Yeah.
Keegan Hardacre cracks into the return man.
He looks like an old school 1980s football player out there, doesn't he?
Yes.
All he needs is the big neck roll.
Yeah, right, yeah. I remember coaching him in 6th grade, and he just loved football, loved playing football. So I think he's off to the Coast Guard after this, so good luck to Keegan.
Harrington brought down as he crosses the line.
Harrington on the carry. Tackle made by number 66,
That's Brandon MacArthur.
Brandon MacArthur.
So I noticed that he's in there at nose tackle. I noticed Defo was playing nose some earlier, or interior defensive line. But
Yeah, they're switching him up a little bit here. I think you have Brendan in there as a nose tackle, and linebacker core changing up a little bit.
Pass complete from Harrington to number 44, Nick Zelinskas.
Selinkis catches the sideline pass.
Pushed out of bounds by number 24, Joseph Allen.
First
That'll
down.
bring a Warrior first down and 10.
J.D. Allen playing in there now.
that's the only area they have been able to complete with any kind of regularity is those out pass to the flats.
Flat passes,
Well,
yeah.
especially now, if they're going to play a soft zone like that, you know, that's fine. They're just managing the clock right now.
44 breaks away. Selinskas, they threw him the down.
Little
out,
mistime jump on
and
that
they come
one.
back with the out and go. Zelenskas, of course, is a 6'3", 225. It's difficult to bring down.
A little bit of a
and he's
mismatch
fast.
over there. Yeah, but nice little fade. I think it was a fade and go, right?
Yeah, and he had to jump for the ball, so he caught it at the peak. Kick is good.
Seamus Florio is good.
So 7 for the Andover Warriors, still 34 for the Knights.
Think we'll see a little trickery here on the kickoff?
Yeah, well, they did on the opening kickoff, right? Didn't they do? They did a little pooch. This wind, let's see. The wind shifted the other way now.
Maybe see an onside kick or something to see if it can make it interesting.
Yeah.
Looks like North Andover has all hands up front, so
Yeah, they got Mencia's out there. PJ Radulski's out there. So they get some hands, guys.
Brian Vaza.
Back deep for North Andover.
Yeah. So they're anticipating something.
Along with number 17.
Coaching
Nothing
staff
like-
is well prepared.
Nothing like fielding a onside kick and then getting blasted when you're freezing, huh?
right. I think it's coming. Yep.
There it is.
Oh, still open.
I saw PJ fall on it, and I think he held on to it.
Andover thinks they have it, but that doesn't mean they do. When you come out of the pile,
Yeah, North Andover's.
I think it was 56, not sure, but Reed.
Billy Reed.
I think he raised his hand with the football anyway. So. New quarterback.
Samanek, Cox.
Yeah, is that Schindler out there?
They got the cheerleaders.
He's got 2 numbers, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, that's. So I take Jake
25.
McElray out and put Will Schindler in.
Will Schindler, yes.
Timeout.
Will is 6'2", 185-pound sophomore. There's 1 minute left in the third quarter now. Is Freddie swarmed by 2 Andover defenders.
By number 27, Michael Depot.
Oh,
Tackle made by number 11, AJ Clark. Second down at about 30.
I think 54 got in there and cleaned up too. Manitas, he's been having a heck of a game on defense. His linebackers have been pretty impressive.
Gavin again. Hard to bring down.
Ball carried by number 24, Joseph Allen.
Oh,
Takes us to
Tackle
the
made
end of
by
the quarter.
Number 11, AJ Clark. And that's the end of the third quarter, folks.
Good to get a couple of those running backs some touches because I really
Yes.
believe next week you're going to need everything you have to
exactly.
beat King Philip. I'm sure that's going to be one heck of a game. Big challenge on their hands. And the more touches, the better for all 3 of those running backs. So we off on a limo to Gillette next week? Is that what I heard?
Yes, yeah. Bob Kraft is picking us up.
That's what I heard. I thought that was a rumor, but maybe it's true.
I'm there. I'm there. Hopefully the weather will be a little better than this.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say, hopefully it's looking seasonable, maybe 40, 45 degrees.
The North Andover is the second game, the final game of the night, and the last game, the team gets to take the trophy on the field rather than at the concourse. So, looking forward to seeing that happen.
Yeah. I think J.D. Allen was on that run again.
By number 24, Joseph Allen.
JD can run inside, outside. He can catch in the
Fourth
slot.
down and 10 for the Knights.
Very versatile player.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of the game, please stay with us for the presentation of the Johnson Allen Cup.
The Johnson Allen Cup?
Johnson Puncher Cup.
Oh, Johnson Puncher. Oh. I was going to say, who's?
JD has his own cup.
You sure he's drinking hot coffee up there?
I don't know. He's just trying to get any reason to keep the Andover people here right now, I think.
Good roll for North Andover.
Yep.
Ball down around the 10.
D'Souza on the punt.
D'Souza just seems to have that magic foot, whether he's punting or kicking, just has a natural ability to get the ball down the field.
Yes. He's been a terrific addition to the program.
Outstanding. We get some underclassmen in there, take some snaps, play some defense.
First and 10 for the Warriors.
6. Jaden Bencia playing the cornerback on this side.
Yeah, I see. See John Reed out there, too.
Here's a sweep.
Time up.
Avoids the tackle,
There
and
you
it's
go.
brought down nicely.
22.
Ball carried by number 14, Jofi Frias.
J.D. Allen in on the tackle. Jared Conrad, defensive end on that side. I think he was involved in the play.
I think that's Cam Watson out there now, too. There's a lot of shifting going on. Down the middle. He's got him. Oh.
Wide open. J.D. the last man, and he has him out of bounds. J.D. Allen saving a touchdown.
And JD showing his speed out there. Save the touchdown pass. Right. Nice job. Nice hustle. Nice hustle.
By number 24, Joseph Allen.
Brendan Moody, a senior on that reception. But he got the ball in the clear. That was a nice pass. He was wide open. Had gotten behind the defense.
Well, that's a tough position to be in there. You're a cold night like tonight, you get out on the field, and the kid throws a bomb against your brand new cornerbacks. They're still trying to get warm, so it's all right.
Good to see J.D. Allen's engine was still warm to catch him.
We'll tighten up here.
It's a teaching moment for coaches. Never like to stop coaching. You know, this is you're looking at the future of North Andover. So coach probably wants to get a nice lesson in there for him and give him a little confidence at the end of the game.
Yes,
There's always room to coach, right, Coach?
exactly.
There's always
There you
time.
go.
Always time.
Plus, Andover will probably turn it over anyway.
Yeah, good time. With that momentum play, good time for a timeout. Settle them down, let them stand around for a little bit.
Tighten them up right here. Ball's on the, 9-yard line? A lot of new guys out there. Come on, here we go.
First and 10 for the Warriors.
They picked a tall receiver,
Yeah.
6'3". So Zelenkus has both touchdowns, and both depended on his extreme height. I think he's taller than 6'3". Probably grown since they made out this program.
That's a big ask on Mencia to try and cover that.
Sure.
Yeah,
You know, the kid's got a solid, 200 something pounds, 235
235.
pounds? Yeah, and he's about 8 inches taller than him. Probably doesn't have the leaping ability of Fulgi here, though.
And the extra point is done by Florida.
Vertical leap with 20 inches.
So
You're talking about jumping off the step, too, right?
And coming up lame at the end. But I did like the aggressive play, though. They did shoot the linebackers and gave them a little opportunity to get after the quarterback. So a little, see what little future action there. See what happens with them next year.
That was a good throw, too. I mean, give the
Yep.
quarterback credit. You know,
Yes.
he put the ball up, you know.
Yeah.
Quarterback was in position, had his hands on him. Everything he can do, you just throw it up high enough.
it looks like they have another good quarterback, and looks like he'll be here for a while.
Number 2, Darren Watson. Along with number 25, William Schimola.
Probably another onside coming.
Picking up from
I'm thinking.
number 4, Davis.
So under 8 minutes to go in the game. And a little
He
pooch.
pooched it.
Mencia under it, takes it in, it takes a knee, and
Yeah.
unnecessarily hit.
So North Andover has their JV team out there. Last 2 drives. Andover still has to stop.
Matt Chickle on the fair catch there.
That's something.
Taking a knee.
Gotta get
Took a knee and got run over. Got run over a little bit there. So
I see the North Andover program.
Number
Oh, okay. Who's 88? Tight end now, 88.
Max Wolfgang.
Max
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang's in the game.
Yes. So Wolfgang in here now. He's a tall tight end. A mark-off against Andover. The chippiness continues here on the eve of Thanksgiving. Looks like Defoe in the eye. Andover celebrating the success of sniffing out that play.
We used to call that a tackle in the old days. What else was that?
Well, they got a little bit of a push there. I think that big guy, number 53.
53 came in and made a hit on
2nd down and 11 for the Knights.
our fullback, Defoe.
Semina coming to the sideline. He's got a little gimp in his step there. May have twisted his knee or ankle.
Well, we don't want to see that.
Schimmerla back in with a play.
Valuable asset on both sides of the ball, so hopefully he's okay.
Jack Roche still in at tackle. Mencia to this side. Defoe. Schimmerla into center. Hands off to JD. Nice cutback.
Ball carried by number 84.
Tells you how tough Hardacre is. You see him? He came out there, now he's at guard.
Nice block. JD keeping his head up and finding that hole.
Who would have ever thought Keegan Hardacre, a guard someday in high school, huh?
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tough as nails.
Really came into his own this year, too, which is nice to see.
Johnny Cox playing guard now. JD steps out of a tackle. Goes wide for a good gain.
Yeah, I didn't recognize Johnny Cox out there since he put the sleeves on. His mother must have talked to him. So what the heck are you doing? Roach's younger brother out there, number 77.
Yes, he's been starting all year.
Yeah.
Does very well. Get some continuity in the line there. A lot of seniors.
Fumble. Oh, it's still loose. Turnover.
Yep.
Fumble on the play.
Ball
Recovered by Andover.
was on the ground, and Andover has it.
You know, considering the weather, you thought that might have happened a little bit more often with the weather, but that's the first missnap we've seen tonight, really.
Johnny Cox down on the ground there wrestling for it, but he couldn't get it away from the Andover player. Jared Conrad, defensive end on the right side.
First down and 10 for the Warriors. On their own 40.
Cuts back and is
Tommy Duncan on the carry.
wrestled down
Picks up a
by
run of first
Slattery, who came from the far side of the field, cut across the field and intercepted the runner. I think if you're the runner, you get to the
down.
sideline,
Andover 41.
you might as well take it down the sideline. If you come back into the middle on North Andover, someone's going to tackle you.
Sweep coming this way. He's got
As
him.
Duncan gets the corner, cuts back, twists, turns, a gain of a couple of yards.
Another flag. Late. Something late.
I think that might have been on Andover this time. 1-4.
Four and a half minutes. .4:15. The clock is stopped at 4:15. Offset,
Yeah, it's offsetting.
play over. Victor Harrington still in at quarterback. A freshman. Says
Yeah.
here
Second
he's
down and 5 for Andover.
I think we got Cam Watson in middle linebacker at 59. He came back in. The referees is trying to sort out the laundry out there.
Got to keep an eye on 44. Pops outside.
Duncan avoids, breaks out of a tackle.
Picks up an Andover first down.
Tommy Duncan is a senior and the starting running back, and he's still in the game.
Good experience for some of these underclassmen on defense, though. Make them better players for next year as well.
Yes. Zelanskis over by the sticks.
I don't know what that was about.
Andover fans getting a little antsy here in the fourth quarter.
Lineman calling out the blocks.
Coco must be kicking in.
Yeah.
Harrington has the ball, has a receiver down in the middle, gets it out there. Brendan Moody, again to Brendan Moody. post pattern, flies down there, had the angle on the defender, and Harrington laid that ball in beautifully. It's hard to defend that kind of a pass.
And with the wind shifts, I couldn't tell you if the wind was with him or against him, but it was a nice pass.
It looks like it's blowing across the field. Faded it back into him.
Yeah, you got to give the kid credit. That was a good throw.
Absolutely.
It was right on the spot.
Yeah.
Nice ball.
And the kick is good.
The 25th is good.
21 for the Andover Warriors. Under 4 minutes. 34 for North Andover, the Knights. So, a 2-touchdown difference in this game. It has become very competitive here in the closing moments. North Andover playing a lot of their younger players, and Andover still playing mostly their varsity.
Back in for the Knights.
Good idea, though, for North Andover to bring in their underclassmen, though. I think it's good experience and give the starters a rest, because next week's a very important game.
All right, here we go with another onside.
Fans giving their strategies out there with minutes to go.
Mencia shifts into the middle, and Gabe is up.
You never want to be the guy asked to hold the ball on the onside kick. It pretty much means that we don't. Oh, they got it! That kid got hit hard.
Andover recovers.
The Wolfgang that gets stuck there?
Yeah. It's a tough play. You want to wait for it to go 10 yards, but you also want to make sure you have control of it. So he did the best he could. Looks like he's okay out there, which is most important.
So,
First down and 10 for the Warriors on the 50-yard line.
North Andover bringing back in some seniors. This is a critical moment here.
Somebody's going to feed Roach right here.
Picked off! Picked off!
No, bounced off his chest.
Oh, I thought he had it.
Great play by Watson. He broke on the ball.
Broken up by number 2, Darren Watson.
Darren might have made a nice play on it, just bounced off his shoulder pads and out of bounds. But again, good anticipation, which we've seen all night with our defensive backs.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction that Roach is definitely going to feed on one of the next 2 plays here. He's sitting on the sideline waiting.
It's a good odds-on bet, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
There's a whistle.
Motion again on them.
I think that right tackle believed you as well.
Yes. Great observation. So 3:36, the ball is in play. Quarterback back, trips on this side. The ball is thrown short.
Did he hold on to it? No!
Picked off by North Andover.
55.
Right spot, right time there.
Thomas Vance.
Thomas Vance.
Thomas Vance often plays nose tackle.
By number 55, Thomas Vance.
Thomas,
Absolute pleasure, guys.
thank you.
Great Thanksgiving.
Look forward to reading your stuff.
Yeah, well,
That was
definitely.
Thomas Vance, V-A-N-C-E. That may be the play of the game.
Ladies don't pull Jody right. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Nice reaction on that play too. Not only on the tip drill, but also
327.
grabbing it.
327 just need to
Middle
run out
screen
the
there,
clock
and
here.
there's a lot
Run
of
it
North Andover
down.
guys.
The Warriors,
We're
42.
ball mishandled again. Who's in there at center?
Jake's in there at quarterback, though.
All the stars.
Timeout Warriors.
So the exchange here, of course, is all important at this point in the game. They have Jake back in the game now. Everyone is so cold.
Right.
If you stand around for 2 minutes, you should really have to run from one sideline to the other before you can go into the game.
That's for sure. It is definitely cold out here tonight. But just can imagine what tomorrow's going to bring. I mean, in the low 20s, just probably unplayable day.
Oh, yeah.
Let's try to get a first down and put this game to bed. That'd be nice.
They might have something else in store here. They let him back in the game a little bit
Down
here.
and 10 for the Knights.
Too little, too late. Don't be surprised.
Maybe make a statement.
Yeah. They just want to eat the clock. You're right.
Ball carried by number 5, Freddie Gagan.
Get the blood moving.
Anything.
Pulled down at about 5 for the Knights.
They're terrific.
You guys have any questions? There's an expert right there
Timeout Andover.
in the rainbow blanket.
The hot chocolate kicked in about the fourth quarter.
All right. What is it? Third down? Third down. Okay.
There's a bunch of
Okay.
Like Andover only has one more time.
Coach Dubzinski has had a conversation with Jake. He's got to play. So this is an important moment here. Defoe in the power I, Gavin back.
Single coverage.
Hands the ball to Gavin. Won't go down, but is taken down. Tackled by 2.
Ball carried by number 9, Ryan Slattery.
Oh, wow. Is that Gavin or Slattery?
I thought it was
That
Gavin.
was
I thought it was
Pulled down
Gavin.
at about 7 for the Knights.
Every time I announce one person, the PA announcer gives a different person.
My bet's on you.
I'd bet on him, actually.
He's seen some upside down numbers.
His
tonight, I
eyes are
think.
better than mine. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
Just going to punt it and pin him deep
3 minutes
rather than give him the short
in this
field?
game, and North Andover has decided, after
For the punt,
deliberation,
Kevin DeVilla.
to punt the
The
ball.
Knights.
This would be a time Andover would be looking for a block. Overman on the, nope, they're not. Nice kick by Gabe.
really?
Beautiful.
There you go.
Incredible.
And it's down by number 6, Jamie Mencia.
Mencia
That'll bring Andover first down and 10.
Gets control of the ball inside the 10. Nice bounce by Gabe.
He's just so relaxed back there when he's punting. You're just never sure if he's going to punt it and run with it.
Yeah.
Just has total control. So it's very dangerous.
Most punters are very robotic, you know. It's catch 2, 3, and it's gone, and he's thinking. And why not? I mean, he's the athlete who can do it.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that's film King Philip will be watching over the next week to see what he will do, what he won't do. Big
Yes.
challenge
Yes.
for them with
Second down and 10 for Andover.
Darren.
Watson, an interception. I think that seals it. Miscommunication with the wide receiver.
Somebody
Watson
went in and should have gone out.
Watson plays the ball.
Starters in when the other team goes with JVs. That's what happens. Starters come back in.
Again, the defensive backs anticipating that type of play. It was underthrown, and Darren just waltzed right in the end zone. I think he showed a little sleepy time sign. I'm not sure what that meant,
Is that
but
what it was?
So once
Time to put it
again,
to bed.
North
I was
Andover
looking for
puts
the
up
receiver. I
40
couldn't find him.
on a good team.
And the extra point attempt is good. Ladies and gentlemen, after the game, we'll award the Johnson Country Cup.
Johnson Fulcioni here.
North Andover, the Andover Warriors tonight scoring 21 points, which exceeds the average allowed by this excellent defense, averaging, I think, about 10 points a game allowed.
Back deep for the Warriors, number 50. Nudie Moreno. And number 24, Tommy Duncan.
The Knights scoring 3 or 4
For the Knights is number
touchdowns
33.
for every touchdown allowed by their opponents this year.
in North Andover's defense, they did play a lot of their players in the second half, which is great for the future. And obviously Andover kept their first string in to try to keep this game close. But hats off to the North Andover coach to get all these kids in the game. I think that's really important. It is Thanksgiving, and it means a lot to the kids and the families.
Exactly. And there have been several games this year where he has put the younger players in the second half for considerable time. And is brought down nicely.
And he's finally brought down by number 22, Jacob Walensky. That'll bring the Warriors first down and 10 on the 50.
Jake Walensky on that tackle, just a sophomore. Walsh coming out again. Walsh has been in there almost every play this evening. There's a handoff in the middle. With 2 minutes to go, down by 20.
Number 25, Jaden Johnson on the carry. Pickup of about 3.
Andover taking out a tight end and putting in a receiver. Should be a passing down. Gives it up the middle. Has a block, but it's taken down.
Johnson gets the ball again. Picks up
Ryan Slattery, I think, made a nice tackle on that.
Clock is running, 1:40.
Ooh, nice play.
Another running play and no gain.
56.
Time out.
William Reed.
Time out. Andover.
Nice tackle.
Nice tackle on that one.
Brendan Moody in the slot on this side has a couple of catches this evening. Some big catches. Moody turning out. There's the ball. He has it. Out of bounds.
Number 2, Brendan Moody.
Right on time. This young quarterback for Andover is going to be a good player.
Yeah, he's been able to attack that soft zone, as John was talking about earlier, too, and had pretty good accuracy, and looks like a bright future for that young man.
Third down and about 1 for the Warriors.
He hasn't completed a high percentage, but it's a damn cold night, so. Zalaskis wide.
There's the motion penalty. I was just about to say, aren't we due for a motion?
Once again, Roche
I think that might have been offside.
flinches and causes a penalty.
I think Roche might have. He might have been offside, but I'm not sure. Was he drawn?
Causes Andover to.
They're calling it.
Oh.
Saying he crossed into the neutral. Yeah.
That was a crowd pleaser, though, with a minute and 17 to go.
That's right.
Flag against North Andover. First down and 10 for the Warriors. On the North Andover 18.
Near side, Moody in the slot. Gabe is back there. Corner pass, out of bounds. Was looking for Gamel. Gamel has a lot of catches on the year, but
Yeah,
well
having said
covered,
that,
and the quarterback wisely decided not to force it in.
And not much from him tonight, Gamel. You're right. He was
Yeah.
more prolific throughout the year, but not much production tonight.
Second down and 10 for the Warriors.
The ball in the end zone. No good.
I think we got a late hit here also on the quarterback.
Nice grab, though. It's kind of questionable as to whether he was going to be in, but yeah.
That ball was a little off target.
What do they got, a late hit? Is that what it was?
Yeah, late hit on Roach, I believe. He threw a little late shoulder. It wasn't egregious, but tough to stop that kid.
North Andover.
It's tough to stop 21's momentum at any time during the game.
First and goal for the Warriors.
Solankas on this side. Handoff up the middle to Duncan. Inside the 5. 1 minute.
And Cam Watson was on tackle number 59.
Jaden Johnson on the carry.
Wow. Oh.
Second down and about 6 to go.
And it is snowing again.
1 minute left in the game.
Fans were asking, what's that white stuff out there? I think most of us know what that is, John. What'd you say?
Pretty sure. They all appear to be drinking
Ball
out of
on
these
the
small
7.
flasks.
1st and 7.
Must be something they gave away in the
Victor
parking lot.
Harrington takes the
Along
snap,
with these cowbells.
looking for. He's looking for a receiver, and North Andover had 3 defenders in the area. The short receiver was covered. Tried to find the sideline receiver cutting across the back of the end line.
Ball down for the Warriors.
The ball slipped away, and so is the game for the Warriors. 41-21. Tries for Zalauskas once again, and he has it. Nick Zalauskas, a senior. That's at least his 3rd touchdown catch of the evening.
Looked like the play they ran earlier.
So the Warriors have made it a game here in the second half.
Can't teach height. When you're 6'3", you just throw it up there. There's a good chance he's going to come
However,
down with it, so, especially with
the
man-to-man
errant
coverage.
pass intercepted by Watson sealed any possibility, you would think, of Andover winning this game. But we'll probably have another one of those onside kicks, but at least the extra point is no good.
I think
So
Darren
there's
Watson on that block.
we
Darren
remain
Watson.
with a 14-point differential with under a minute to go. Good. They probably have heat on the other side. I thought I had reserved that booth over there, but apparently not.
Back deep for North Andover. Number 2, Garrett Watson. And number 7, Jake McElroy.
You can't get that right.
Kicking off for the Warriors.
You think one more
Number
onside
4,
kick?
Lucas Florio.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to happen.
Okay, number 88 in the middle for North Andover.
Big Max. Yeah.
Looking to goaltend this one. It's along the ground, and he is croaked. Max hangs on to the ball.
Hangs on to it. Beauty. That'll do it.
That was the game.
2 kneel downs and we're done.
Max Wolfenden took 2 ferocious hits over the last couple of onside kicks, but he held on nicely there. So
I think that was Slayton tackling a player who's already on his knee. But
First down and 10 for the Knights. On their own 49.
You stay classy, North Andover.
so 48 seconds. Jake McElroy takes a knee. Last regular season game of Jake's career. We're here playing the Warriors of Andover on Thanksgiving Eve. Yes.
Is that the reindeer?
like they say, we need more cowbell.
There you go.
And that's the end of the ball game.
All right.
The officials decide to
Next game,
stop
Gillette.
the clock. North Andover prevails against Andover once again. This is I'm Ray Ahern for Jeff Fulgoni and John Vincent. Jeff, Say a couple of words.
Thanks for having us this evening, and it's a proud night for all of us, especially as coaches, to watch this team go undefeated and work their way into a championship game next week. So it was great to be with you guys, and hopefully we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ray. Thanks for the invite. Jeff, good seeing you. And can't wait till next week. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys.
Go Knights.